Shalom, call hello Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people ignorantly call God, by Hashem in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people ignorantly notice as ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son, which is Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Also, Shalom to the Akim that's pushing, this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh by Shemel Shah. Shalom to you, Akim, you brothers. Also to the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, though you may look like the heathen nations you're scattered amongst the heathen nations as you see in this chart right here, the nations starting from 2 on down. Those are the heathen nations. Also, if your lineage, your seed line, goes back to these 12 tribes right here, through the man, as on this chart, and if a spirit bear witness with this word and this truth, and you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, woman, child, this does apply to you, are Israelites, though you may look like the heathen nations you're scattered amongst. Due to the scattering of these people on this chart, you won't have Israelites that look like the other nations, but their line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, to these tribes, through the man once again, okay? We'll have Israelites that look like the heathens, if you can receive it. But, shalom to the few Akwafas, you sisters that do listen and learn. Also to the elect of the nation of Israel, wherever you may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, where this word is going out to, shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, once again, Yahweh Shah. And I got an article, right here. I seen this. I decided today that I was going to do a lesson on it, but it's on RT.com. It says, woke Yale stops teaching a problematic European art canon, proving we no longer deserve the classics. Okay? And I'm going to read, I'm probably not going to read all of it, but I'm going to read a decent amount. Okay? It says, Yale University is abandoning one of its core courses, a comprehensive survey of 700 plus years of Western art. It has been deemed too Western, too white, which there's no such thing as a white person, okay? You so-called white people, you're the Edomites, okay? You're red if you go into Genesis 25, and I believe the 21st verse on down explains that. Esau, how he came out red, and male. And now the art canon gets thrown under the woke bus. And who's waking up? The people that's waking up is Jake. Jake, you tribes, man. Okay? From you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? That's who's waking up. Okay? Yale University has announced that it is scrapping the course Introduction to Art History, Renaissance to the Present. This course is an overview of the development of Western art, forming a handy survey of the visual culture of Europe and North America. From this autumn, the course will be discontinued despite being popular and oversubscribed. Some students expressed disappointment, stating that the current course is a valuable primer in culture. It says, and to show you, okay, it's a disappointment now because now this word is coming out, I'm going to get a scripture real quick. This is Habakkuk 2 and 16. It says, Thou art filled with shame for glory, thou drink also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. How you been uncovered through this word? The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And this Renaissance, which I'm about to see where I'm about to go with this at. Okay, this Renaissance art, okay, that they put up, okay, it's all blasphemy, it was lies, okay? It's how they deceived the world, you know. Probably gonna read a little bit more, okay? It says, course tutor Tim Barrington said, I don't mistake a history of European painting for the history of all and art in all places. He also called the teaching of Western art history in isolation a problematic. In effect, Yale believes a course about Western culture is too Western. Barringer's statement echoes that of the director of the undergraduate studies, Marissa Bass, who said there has never been just one story of the history of art. It says, rather than teach one that does not fit multicultural outlook of American university teachers, Yale has decided to abandon the most effective method of comprehending and memorizing Western art. Instead, will teach thematic courses. Okay. But let me get right, this whole Renaissance, you know. This is Revelations 20:1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And what's the bottomless pit? It's Europe, okay? It's the time of Europe, you know? Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Salakia, okay? It's Europe, okay? And the Lord will put, the spirit on a certain nation of people to put another nation of people in what? Captivity, okay? And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, which if you go in the word devil, it goes in the Greek word the diablos, which means deceiver, a slanderer, okay? And Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, okay? And who, is the Satan. Satan, okay, if you go in the second, Thessalonians, hold on, let me just get it real quick. You go in the second Thessalonians. I started at third verse, I don't want to make it too long, but it's Second Thessalonians 2:3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And who fell away? The people that felt the falling away was you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, falling away from knowing that you're Israelites. You falling away, from your heritage and knowing who you. I mean, your power, which is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is falling away from everything we had that our forefathers had. That's happened, right? Now we're waking up, remembering ourselves in the land of our captivity. It says that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, which is destruction. Who is that man of sin? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the wicked. Okay? Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know that what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in this time. And this is the time we in. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Okay? And that then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. How is he destroying with the spirit of his mouth? Is through the mouth of the prophets. Okay? Which a prophet tells you something that's going to happen before it happens. Okay? Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders. After, keep that in mind, after the working of Satan. Okay? The spiritual demon Satan. So the spiritual demon Satan has a physical counterpart on this earth right now, and it's the Edomites. Okay, it's the Caucasian race. Okay, they're the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, just had to make that point. So as you go back, to Revelations 22, I'm gonna read it again. It says, and he hold on and lay hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Okay, because what happened? This is going, during the Roman, you had the Roman Empire. Okay, let me just get it. You got tied, to secular history. You know, you had the Roman Empire, right? And who was ruling over the Roman Empire? I would put it like this: the pagan Roman Empire. Okay, the ancient pagan Roman Empire. It was the Edomites. Okay, the same people you see ruling now. Okay, they was ruling. But what happened? Rome, the western portion of the Roman Empire, it fell. Okay, it fell. Okay, and what happened? The Byzantine, what you know as the western, portion of it fell, but you had the Eastern Roman Empire. Okay, the Byzantine Empire. And real quick, let me get a scripture before I go forward, because I just mentioned that that fell. It ties into Revelations, 13:3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and and it was his daily wound was healed. Okay, and what was that wound that was wounded to death? Is when that part of the Roman Empire fell. Okay, Yahweh Ratazah is making sense. Going back, so you had what rose the Byzantine Empire, also referred to as the Eastern Roman Empire, and which was the continuation of the Roman Empire in this eastern province during the late antiquity and the Middle Ages, when it was capital city with Constantinople. Okay, so that fell. That's that daily wound that was that daily wound. Okay. Then you had right next to that the Byzantine Empire, or as you know, okay, the so-called, they call it the so-called Dark Ages, because what they do is they try to say that the Dark Ages, we don't know what happened. It was a time where historians didn't have that much information on it. That's what these Edomites would try to say. Okay. And how long did it last? You're gonna see something. Okay? How did the Byzantine Empire last 1,000 years? And did it not say, going back, hold on. Man, I hate how they updated this phone. I used to be able to just flip to those pages, but they changed it. Okay? And did it not just say that he was bound, okay, these Edomites were bound, okay, him for 1,000 years, man. Okay? So that was during the Byzantine Empire. And who was ruling the Byzantine Empire? Okay, it was Jake. Okay, that was Jake that was ruling. Okay, Jake came into power. Okay, and I'm gonna show you something that they've been hiding. Okay, this is why they claim, this is why they claim they don't know what was going on during the Dark Ages. Okay, because look who pops up when you push, these images. Look who pops up. You're starting to see so-called, dark images. They look like what? So-called Negroes. Okay? Look. See? See? dark images. Okay? The dark ages, so-called dark ages. Okay? This is what they don't want to get out. Okay? You still see, you know, they got this, you know. You see what I'm about to get into, where the lies started coming in. Okay, when they went down, Jake was ruling. Okay, hold on, let me type dark. The Russian icon. Look how much that book is. Stay on one. They don't want you to get your hands on it. They don't want you to read what the truth is. Okay? See? All so-called black people. Okay? Look, they even had this. Look. Because Jake was ruling, okay, over in Europe at that time. We was all throughout there, man. That's what they don't want to tell you. They just want to tell you, okay, they just want to believe. Let me just keep going. Show you some more, okay? So it's in the pudding, man. The evidence is in the pudding. So going back. All right. So we're going to go back now. All right. So Revelations 30, 20, and 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit, Europe, right? And shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. Okay? And after that he must be loosed a little season. Okay? And that's what happened. You know, the Byzantine Empire, when Jake was ruling, it came to an end. Okay? And he was loosed. Okay? Starting with what? The Renaissance. The Renaissance era. Let me type that up. Renaissance art. Let's type that up. Okay? He came back. The Renaissance art period. Okay? They came back. And when they came back, they painted over these images. The original dark images, you know? They started painting things like this. Okay? Saying that the apostles was white. Okay, who you can call Jesus. He was a so-called white man. Okay? Everybody is so-called white. Okay? That started during the Renaissance. Okay? So, let me go back. No, Salaki, if I'm going all over the place, but it is what it is, you know. It also said in Genesis 27 that would happen, you know. It's Genesis 27. And 38. I'm going to read here, and it says, And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father bless me, even me also, O my father? And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven from above. And by thy sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, and there's been plenty of times when that came to play. If you go back in the time of going all the way back to Saul, he was given the order, okay, to slew the Amalek, all of them, the men, the women, the children, everything. But what happened? He only slew a portion of them, and he left the king. Okay, he didn't do it. So they know we had them then, but they got off. Then you had, let me look up Hadad real quick. Right? This is gonna be kind of lengthy, okay? So bear with me. I'm just gonna get, to the point. So I don't want to make this, all over the place. But this is 1 Kings 11 and 12. It says, Notwithstanding in thy days, I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of thy hand, the hand of thy son. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake which I have chosen. And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. See, we've been warned with these Edomites back to back to back, because the whole Bible, whether you believe it or not, is surrounded around the two main characters. It's Jacob and Esau. Okay? It's Jacob and Esau, the heathens, they're extras in the movie, because this is the Most High's movie. Okay? It says, where did I leave off at? He was king, he was the king's seed in Edom. For it came to pass when David was in Edom and Joab, the captain of the host, were gone to bury the slain. After that, after he had smitten every male in Edom, for 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom, because the male, okay, he made that nation. Okay, if you kill the male of a nation off, I mean every single last one of them, and you just leave the females, okay, and you take those females, as concubines, okay, and you pop them, what's the baby that comes out is gonna be the child of that nation, okay, because you slew all the males of that nation. That's why in the ancient world you had the going back in the first Exodus, with ancient Pharaoh, the Hamites, the so-called Africans, when they had the children of Israel in captivity, okay, they wanted all the males, okay, to be killed and only leave the females, because they was trying to kill off the seed line of Israel, okay, and take our women for themselves, okay. But here's the point, just making the point. This is the 15th verse. Before it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab, the captain of the host, was gone up to bury the slain after he had smitten every male in Edom. I read that part already. Let me read it again. For 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom. That Hadad fled, and he and certain Edomites of his father's servants with him, to go into Egypt, Hadad being yet a little child. And they arose out of Midian and came to Paran, and they took men with them out of Paran. They came to Egypt, unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, which gave him an house and appointed him victuals and gave him land. And Hadad found favor in the sight of Pharaoh, so that he gave him to wife the sister of his own wife, the sisters of Tahaphanes and the queen. Okay? And it says let me see. Okay? Let me see. Okay, that was the point. Basically, they got away again. Okay? So now we're at where we're at now. Okay, we're at where we had them. Okay, they fell. That daily wound. Let me go back to that. This is let me read Revelations 20 and 3 again. Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazah, this is making sense. Let me read Revelations 20 and 3 again. And it cast him into the bottomless pit, right? And shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that he must be loosed a little season, which goes back, if you go back into Revelations 13 and 3, right? It tells you, let me read it again. This is Revelations 13 and 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his daily wound was healed, and all the world wandered after the beast. Okay? So this is what we're living in now. Okay? It started, during the Renaissance period. Okay? When they painted over, the images. Okay? So going back to Revelations 20, I'm going to skip down. You got to jump. Okay? Right? This is the 7th verse. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, right, the 1,000 years of them being, cast down, them taken down, now the wound was healed, right? Satan, his physical counterpart, Esau, Edom, okay, shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 quarters of the earth, okay? And that's what's happened, okay? Like I said, once again, he started, during the Renaissance, okay? And that's why Job 9:24 says this, He covered over Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, and that's what he did. He covered over the you know, the original images of what you see. Let me type it up again. Bear with me. He covered over these images. The judges, the true judges, because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the scriptures say you are a nation of kings and priests. Okay? He covered over these images. You know? We was ruling throughout Europe, man. In this time period. That was that thousand year rule, you know, until prophecy had to kick in. Prophecy kicked in. That's why we fell. Okay? It was just this Edomite's time to come back into power for prophecy's sake. Okay? Let me see. Let me type whitewash. So-called whitewash. See? That's what they do. This is the Edomites, man. They lie, man. Okay? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. And what's the main one? He did who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, said his name was Jesus. Okay? He put this up. This is what he put up. Okay? This is what he put up. This is what he told you who the Messiah would look like. Look like this. Okay? But if you go type in Yahweh, the scriptures, as I'm about to get, it describes him as looking like this. Okay? So-called Negro. Okay? Right? Let me see. Bear with me real quick. All right, this is Revelations. Which Revelations you go into it means to, reveal, right? This is Revelations 1. And 13. Or 1 and 14. Yep. 13 I started. It says, in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed their garment down to the foot, and gird about the paps with a golden girdle. As you saw in that picture. He had what? A golden girdle around his waist. His head and his hairs were white like wool. As you saw in the picture of Yahweh, his hair was white like wool. What did you see with the so-called white Jesus? He had brown, long hair, which according to 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, the 15th verse, it tells you it is a shame for a man to have long hair going down his back like that. Okay? It says, let me see where I left off. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. When you saw that so-called image of white Jesus, okay, is his eyes fire or is it a blue? Okay? Like an Edomite in the society. Okay? And his feet like onto fine brass. And if you look up brass, what is brass a color of? A derivative of brown. You look at your average so-called Negro, what? He's brown, right? They'll tell you you're black. But let me keep going, right? It says, and his feet like unto fine brass if they burn in a furnace. And when you burn something in the furnace, what color does it come out? It comes out black. Okay? So if who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ was here right now, which he was here, okay, 2,000 years ago, okay, He was what? He would be a so-called Negro. Okay? He would be a so-called Negro standing here today. He would be amongst the people that you see, okay, in these ghettos, okay, throughout America, man. Okay? It is evident that our Lord, like the scripture, Hebrews the 7th chapter says, for it is evident that our Lord sprang from Judah, okay, which Judah is what? You so-called African Americans, man. Okay? So he covered, let me get it again. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, you know? It's only, and he pushed, you know, like, listen to me, bear with me real quick. Yep. What they did was they took this book, they took, you know, the words, for one, they scrambled it, and what they do, let me see. I'm going to start up. This First Maccabees, the 3rd chapter. I'm going to get straight to the point, right? I'm going to start the 45th verse. First Maccabees 3:45 says, now Jerusalem lay void as a wilderness. There was none of her children that went in or out. The sanctuary also was trodden down, and aliens kept the stronghold, just like you see now. Okay? As a people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're trodden down right now. Okay? Your enemies are ruling supreme over you. These heathens, chiefly Esau, Edoms, ruling over you. Okay? And who's in our homeland? Who's in the land of Israel? The so-called Jew, the Amalekite, because Esau has different tribes within his lineage as well. Those Amalekites, those so-called Jewish people over there, they got your land. They claim to be you. Okay? The heathen had their habitation in that place, and joy was taken from Jacob, and the pipe with the harp ceased. Wherefore the Israelites assembled themselves together and came to Maspha over against Jerusalem, for in Maspha was the place where they prayed aforetime in Israel. Then they fasted that day, and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads, and rent their clothes, and laid open the book of the law, when the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. It's the same thing. Let me look it up again, the Renaissance. They did here, man. Okay? This is the same thing he did. He took your book and painted over your images, okay? And created things like this, okay? This is what they did. They painted the likeness of their images over the original people, okay? This proves that they're the wicked, okay? Because the devil means to deceive, and that's what he's done. He's deceived the whole entire planet. He has the whole entire planet believing that God, okay, who you can call Jesus Christ, the angels, okay, what was I about to say though? Everything, okay. He has them believing that they're so-called white man. That's why everybody is kissing and this man's ass. This is why when he goes out, he rapes, robs, and murders. Okay, does anybody question him? No, everybody's scared. Okay, to question him. Okay, this is why they feel they can do no wrong, because they believe that this is the chosen, that these Edomites are the chosen people. They're not. They're the wicked. Okay, they're the wicked of the earth, man. Okay, they're the problem of the earth. Okay, then they set up these different, religions to confuse the people and to bug the people out. Okay, this is Daniel's 8. Okay, but this is all this happening is prophecy. Okay, it was prophecy. This is Daniel's 8:23. In the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And his power is mighty right now. You look at America's military, man. Okay, These nations, they can't go head up with America's military. Okay? He controls the media. He controls the money flow. He controls everything. He controls the economy. Okay? He controls everything. His power right now is mighty. Okay? But it's not by his own power, because the Most High is in control of everything. This is prophecy being played out. This is the Most High allowing him, okay, to do what he do until he be taken out the way, like it said in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Okay? And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper in practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy prophet, the holy people. When it's the holy people right now, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Everything that's happened to you, everything that continues happening to you up to this day, okay, it's because he's trying to destroy you. He's trying to get rid of you. Okay? You're the threat. Okay? You're the threat to his society. You're the threat to his new order. Okay? That's what he's been doing. And it started, okay, with the lies, man. Because when he brought us over here on them slave ships, okay, what's the first thing that they did? They created I slipped my mind. The Christianity, they fed you plantation Christianity, man. Was really it deceived, okay, and mentally destroyed and spiritually destroyed our people. Okay? That's what they did, man. Okay? He destroyed our people spiritually, man. He force fed you that God and Jesus was white, man. Okay? And then from there, he just literally, physically tried to destroy you. He's still trying to do it. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace, in the love of Christianity, shall he destroy many. And he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Okay? That's what he does. Okay? He got you people out there, the world believing that he's the holy chosen people, that he can do no wrong. That's why they called himself white, because if you look up the characteristics of white, let me look it up. Let me see. Let me go into etymology. Right? Let's see what white. I'm pretty sure they probably changed it, because there's word coming out on them now. Yep. Let's see. White. It says, I'm gonna get to the point. Yep. As a surname, originally with reference to fair hair or complexion. It is one of the oldest in English, being well established before the conquest, meaning morally pure, which they Edomites are not. They're not morally pure. They're the wicked. Okay, was an old English association with royalist causes is late 18th century slang sense of honorable, fair, which is a lie. These people are not honorable and they're not fair, man. Look what you see in America, man. You have what they call a wealth gap throughout the world, actually. Okay, the elites, they have a majority of the world's wealth, while you got millions and millions of people living in poverty. They got enough money to end, poverty, but they're not doing that because they're the wicked. They're the wicked. So they call themselves white, but they don't fit the description of them. They do the complete opposite, man. Okay? It says white supremacy. Okay, they're the wicked, man. Okay? And they've been destroying the name of Christianity, man. And whitewashing everything. Brainwashing and deceiving the masses. Okay? The Lord is tearing this down, man. It's Isaiah 25:7. It says, and he who, Yahweh Ba'Shem El-Shai, through what? His servants, the prophets, will destroy in this mountain, this government, okay? This in the face of the covering cast over all, excuse me, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all the nations. What's that veil that spread over all nations? It's the lies that Esau Edom has fooled these people with. Okay? Let me see. Yep, the veil is Masaka, right? It says, I'm going to get that B. It says, molten metal, molten image, molten gods. Okay, these images that Esau set up, okay, that's being cast down now. Okay? Through what? Through the prophets, man. This is let me see. Bear with me. Now I don't want to look up. Let me type in stronghold. Man. Carnal. Bear with me real quick. Yep, it's 2 Corinthians 10. I start at 3. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, right? We in the flesh now, right? We do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Okay? Because that's what Esau even wants. Okay? This word coming out onto him because he's the father of lies, man. Okay? Just like your forefather Cain, a murderer and a liar. Okay? That's you Edomites today, man. Okay? You're a liar, man. Okay? And what's the cure to lies is the truth. And that's what you hate. You hate the truth. Okay? You were born, like it says in Psalms 58:3, the wicked are born and estranged from the womb, born speaking lies, man. Okay? It says and that's why you want us to, get carnal. You want us to use weapons. Okay? You want us to get real carnal with you. Because once you get, if we, get carnal, then the Most High is going to allow you, because He's in control of everything, because we didn't follow the script to what? To allow you to kill us. You can't kill us if we following what He's doing. Okay? It says, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. And what's the strongholds? The lies that you set up. The way you deceive the earth. Okay? That's the main stronghold, man. Was all these lies that you set up to deceive the people, including our people, because that's really who you are a threat to you. It's the Israelites, man. Okay? It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahushua. Okay? And that's what you've done. This whole system that you people love and the world loves so much, it's against, okay? It's against the knowledge of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. It's anti, as I always say, anti-law, statutes, and commandments. This society is not being ran, okay, by the scriptures. And they'll tell you these Edomites will go on TV like Ronald Reagan did in '83, okay, or when your so-called presidents get sworn in the office, they'll swear on the Bible, but they don't follow nothing in it. They're doing the opposite of what the scriptures say to do, because they're the wicked, man. They are the wicked, okay, and that's what's being found now. That's what we're bringing up. We're showing, exposing the world. We exposing you Edomites to the world who you really are, who you truly are, man. Okay. Who the problem of the earth is, okay? And you don't like it, man. But so what? Okay? All of these lies, okay, all these things you set up in order to do or fulfill your agenda is coming to an end now. Okay? It's coming to an end now. Okay, you've been exposed, man. We know who you are, we know what you're about to do. Okay, we know your end game of you. We know what's gonna happen to you in the future, man. Okay? That's why they set up they set up false flags, because they was trying to, you know, trying to demonize it. They're trying to, you know, find a way they could get carnal with us. And they're going to do it. They're eventually going to do it, but it's not going to work, right? Let me see. Is this it? Bear with me. Yep, okay. This is not what I was intending to get, but it's not bad, right? It's not bad. This is Micah. What is this? Micah? Yep, Micah 1 and 3, 1 and 2. It says, hear all ye people, hearken, O earth. So now he's talking to everybody. And all that is therein. And let the Lord Yahweh by Shemel Shah be witness against you. The Lord from his holy temple. Okay? For behold, the Lord cometh forth out of his place and will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth, man. And who's the main place? What's the main place that he's going to tread upon? You Edomites. You so-called white people, man. Okay? Isaiah, real quick. I'm going to get that real quick. That Isaiah 63 and 1. It's Isaiah 63 and 1. It says, who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? That is glorious in his apparel. Because right now, you Edomites on top, man. And you know you on top. Okay? You know you on top. Traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. Okay? I tried in the winepress alone, and the people there was none with me. For I would tread them, like he just said, Micah, which I'm going to go back to, in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance of what? Because of what you did to the apple of the Lord's eye, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, what you did to his people, and also what you're doing to the planet Earth, man. You're destroying the planet Earth, man. You're destroying the Lord's creation, okay? For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my arm bright salvation on me, and fury it upheld me. Okay, the Lord's getting ready to do it. This is the Lord getting ready to do that. This is the Lord saying what he's going to do. Okay, we just reading it to you. Okay, we just reading it to you. Okay, so let me go back to this Micah, then I'm going to close it out. I'm going to read it again. For behold, the Lord coming forth out of his place, and will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth. Okay, you got what? You had 6,000 so-called UFO sightings last year. Okay, that's them angels. Okay, that's the eye of the Lord right there. That's them angels scoping this place out, because they're getting ready to come down on this place. This is why Donald Trump is hurrying up and creating this space for us. All these nations are doing that. Okay, these heathen nations. Okay, in the mountains, the governments, right? This government, all these Esau, you got Esau, and you got these different heathen kings. Okay, and the mountains shall be molten under him, and the valley shall be cleft as wax before the fire, and as the waters that are poured down down a steep place. Okay. Yep. This was gonna happen. Okay. For the transgressions of Jacob, which was our people. Okay. But we suffered already. We paid the price. But 2/3 of our people, they're going to get caught up in the judgment of the heathen as well. They're going to get caught up, okay, in this judgment that's about to come. For the transgression of Jacob is all this, and for the sins of the house of Israel, what is the transgression of Jacob? Is it not Samaria? And what are the high places of Judah? Are not they Jerusalem? Therefore I will make Samaria as an heap of the field, and as plantings of a vineyard, and I will pour down these stones thereof into the valley, and I will discover the foundation thereof. Because the Lord's going to visit 2/3 of our people too, because they don't want to repent. They want to continue living and prospering in this system, which they're not really prospering. Okay, And all the graven images thereof shall be beaten to pieces, and all the hires thereof shall be burned with fire, man. All these sellouts that Esau has set up for our people as leaders to our people, they're gonna die too, man. Okay? Just everything's gonna be taken down. And they shall be burned with fire, and all the idols thereof will I lay desolate. For she has gathered it of the hire of an harlot, and they shall not return to the hire of an harlot. Therefore I will wail and howl, I will go stripped and naked. I will make a wailing like the dragons in the morning of owls. Okay? So, let me see. Yep, that's it. Okay? Point was made, man. Okay? So all this wickedness that you Edomites have done on the planet Earth, from destroying our people, deceiving our people, to rape, robbing, and murdering throughout the earth, what you continue to do, okay, it's gonna come back on you. The Lord's getting ready to return. He's gonna take you out of rulership, you and these other heathen nations out of rulership, out of power, man. He's gonna set up the nation of Israel, man. Okay, and you're gonna be in captivity for 1,000 years. Okay, then you're gonna be Edomites, the only nation that's gonna be annihilated. Once the rest of these heathens do, they serve their 1,000 years of captivity, they will at least be able to go back to their lands, but they will still be paying tribute to the nation of Israel. Just like you Edomites now, you have everybody in captivity, and what's everybody doing? They're paying tribute to you via taxes, bills, all these things. It's gonna be the same thing with us. But at least we're gonna be fair. It's gonna be righteous. It's not gonna be wicked like you do. Okay? So Yahweh Ratazah, this was edifying. It was kind of long, but it's alright. As long as it got out there. Call her Lord, La Yahweh, Bashim El Shah, and Shalom to the elect. Baba Kasha, Baba Ba, Baba Ba, Ba Ha Ayapia, Ba Ha Ayapia, Kwam Yasharella. Shalom, Yahweh, Shalom to the elect.